Resident Evil Village is the next full sequel of this acclaimed franchise. Recently, Capcom confirmed that the series hit 100 million units sold, which is insane, and this next installment is looking to be another hit, with the rumors about this title being actually true and confirmed by Capcom as of the trailer being released yesterday. Ethan Winters will return as the protagonist of the game, and it will take place in Europe. We also find out that werewolves are real, and Chris Redfield has returned but will take a more prominent role within the game. This time Chris looks extremely serious and tired, sporting a darker look complete with special ops gear. Even more strange is that Chris is using a silenced pistol, which is unlike his character. Chris kills Mia while Mercy, which also goes against Chris's personality and his code of ethics. The trailer opens with his story has come to a close, which could mean Ethan or Chris. The Resident Evil franchise isn't known for killing off major characters that have starred in multiple games. The last major character they killed off was Wesker, and even now, people still assume that character is still alive, despite Capcom repeatedly stating Wesker is dead. But you never know, this may be the last game for either Ethan or Chris. The trailer begins with a series of brief looks at a dark forest and a small hut as Mia tells the tale about a child who wandered into the forest and got lost in search for berries for her father. Ethan finds the story creepy, but Mia doesn't. And considering that this is a kid's tale, it's likely that Mia is telling this to a child, most likely Ethan and Mia's child, as the two have been married for years, as confirmed by the developer's diary that recently released after the trailer went live. We then cut to an old man being hunted by an infected and see Ethan's familiar hands, confirming that this game will feature the same first-person view as Resident Evil 7. We also get a first look at the werewolves rumored to be part of the game a couple of months back. We get a better look at the creature later on in the game, showing the creature doesn't have the same features as being infected by a parasite or virus. Later on, we do get a new look at an executioner type enemy that wields a giant hammer and is shown to be working with the werewolves, but we also see that one of the werewolves are being targeted by the villagers, meaning that not all the people within this village are infected or working together with the infected. At 1:33 of the trailer, we get a look at an emblem. This emblem was so important that the developers spoke about whether they should even put it in the trailer or not, as according to their message. Insignias like this often convey the motives of the primary antagonist within the Resident Evil games, such as Los Illuminados from Resident Evil 4. It shows a deformed fetus surrounded by twigs and feathers with a ring around the fetus. The symbol definitely resembles the Umbrella logo and adds weight to the theory that Blue Umbrella has taken an insidious turn. Or it could be the remnants of Umbrella when it still existed. The setting of Resident Evil Village seems to be a small village and a castle, which expected because it's called Resident Evil Village, with the castle looking a lot like the castle from Resident Evil 4, complete with lavish decorations. The inventory also looks similar as Resident Evil 4's system, aligned with a currency system that indicates Lu, which is the currency used in Romania, which may indicate the return of the merchant. However, in Resident Evil 4, the merchant was male, and in the trailer we see a cloaked figure that is female. Now, this could be a brand new vendor or a significant character in Ethan's adventure. It's not really clear, but my money is on the fact that this is an entirely different merchant as opposed to the merchant from Resident Evil 4, which would be a little disappointing. The primary antagonist seems to be a well-dressed woman who has several followers who look like they came from Organization 13. She seems angrily talking to someone on the phone during the trailer, but most likely this is her boss, and one of her followers are seen summoning insects, which does bear remnants to Mrs. Baker from Resident Evil 7. While these followers don't have distinct physical qualities like in Resident Evil 7's Baker family, it looks like the developers are taking the same route, with each follower likely having a unique ability and this woman leading them. She also seems to be fond of Ethan as she kisses his hand, which is a very strange thing to do, seeing that Ethan is seen avoiding her gaze when she's angrily talking to the phone, but this could be before the scene where you see all the followers and the woman. Okay, now it's time for theories. I strongly believe that Chris isn't the antagonist of this game, or entirely not the bad guy. Given the Special Forces soldier's long history, it's very unlikely that he would ever join bioterrorists. Instead, I have two theories. Mia is still infected with Evelyn's virus. Despite being cured, trace amounts of the virus could be in her system. Chris is simply cleaning house and taking extreme measures to ensure all traces of the virus are destroyed. Given his long history battling bioterrorism, it could be that Chris has finally just broken and decided to just take a sledgehammer to these situations. Chris isn't alone, as we do see glimpses of what appears to be a team of soldiers working with him. Another theory that I have is that Blue Umbrella was the organization that Lucas was transferring the data to at the end of Not a Hero. Chris found this out and now is seeking to destroy the company, who started a new operation within Europe. Perhaps Mia is working with the company unknown to Ethan, and this wouldn't be the first time she didn't tell him that she was working with an insidious company, as she was working with the connections in Resident Evil 7 unknown to Ethan. And Chris is simply taking down anyone connected to the company. That's why he apologizes to Ethan and does not kill him. We also get a look at a villager taking care of a child. This could be Ethan and Mia's child if my first theory is true, and has a variant of Evelyn's virus in the child. Ethan travels to this foreign land to locate his kidnapped child before Chris can. We also get a lot of symbols of the devil and angelic beings throughout the game's trailer, such as a puzzle tour that features 2 empty emblems and a black goat. Perhaps this child is seen as some sort of savior to the people within this region, and Ethan is also seen as part of this prophecy. I know the final theory is a bit out there. Trust me, when writing this, I debated whether putting it in this video. However, watching this trailer over and over again, it was hard to not notice all the angelic statues and the images of the devil. I mean, they literally dedicate a scene to a black goat, which is the notorious symbol for the devil. So, I don't know, it just seems like Capcom was very meticulous what they showed and what they didn't, especially with the emblem as conveyed in the developer's diary. So it just seems that they put all those imageries for a reason. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong, but it just seems too obvious for them not to hint at that. So those are my theories and my deep look at the Resident Evil 8 trailer, Resident Evil Village. I don't know, do you call it Resident Evil 8 Village or just Resident Evil Village? Either way, leave your opinions on the upcoming game in the comments below. Are you excited to see it? Do you just want a remake of Resident Evil 4, which is heavily hinted to be in development? Are you excited about what this new adventure could hold? I mean, I am definitely looking forward to fighting some werewolves. But let me know your opinions in the comments below. Also like, subscribe, and I'll see you all next time. Stay awesome, everyone.